like the NH fleas. The framers, they was punks, homie. We killing them up, just Crenshaw Mafias,
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we'll be discussing the life of Baby Hawk from the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods. Now, Kyrie McCrae, better known as Baby Hawk, was born on May 10th, 1980 in Inglewood, California. He was raised in the deli section on 104th, known as the Bottoms, in the Darby-Dixon neighborhood. Now, the Bottoms was notorious for murders, drug dealing, and other illegal activities. LAPD in the early 90s would deem this area as evil. At an early age, Hawk would witness the violence that plagued his neighborhood that would soon have a big influence on him, specifically the Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Bloods. Now, the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods formed in the 1970s between Century and 104th Street. Now, Crenshaw Mafia would grow to be one of the most dangerous gangs in the city of Inglewood. They would be engaged in beefs with the Raymond Avenue Crips, the Legend Crips, Imperial Village, and other gangs. Now, by the age of 12, Baby Hawk would get his put on to the Bloods. He would take on the nickname known as Baby Hawk after the big homie Big Hawk and Lil Hawk. Eventually, Baby Hawk would attend Inglewood High School, which was predominantly an all-blood school with the exception of some Hispanic gangs and a few Crip gangs from the Inglewood area. But because his home life was so unstable, Baby Hawk would skip school to go hustle on the streets to make ends meet. Now, in 1996, former friends would become enemies, and that's when a member of neighborhood Parole would shoot and kill Tiptoe from the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods. Now, it's alleged that he was shot over a female. Now, after the death of Tiptoe, Baby Hawk would turn up in the streets of Inglewood, which would ultimately lead him going to juvenile detention center to sit down for a bit. Now, around this same time, the Crenshaw Mafia would still be making a lot of noise in the city, but what they did not know is that same year that they were being heavily watched by law enforcement. Now, Kenny Riley, aka KB, one of the OGs from 104th, was especially being watched by the Inglewood police. In December of 1996, OG KB and 13 other members of the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods would be arrested in a gang injunction.
We was targeted because of political gain, and made it seem like we was the notorious gang, organized. So that's why they picked us for the injunction.
Then what happened?
Nothing. It's not even enforced. 5 arrests was made, and all cases was dismissed.
Now, only weeks later, the city of Inglewood would sue 41 members of the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods. They were being accused of drug sales, intimidation, and even assaulting local residents in the area. One woman would go in to tell police, "When my kids are on their way to school in the morning, the gang members are out early drinking and cussing. They draw attention to themselves by delaying the kids instead of letting them go straight to school." Now, that following year, in 1997, Baby Hawk, Big Bro, Lil Hawk, will go down for a murder and be sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Now, allegedly, he and another man chased the victim down and shot and killed him. Now, by 1998, Baby Hawk could be seen doing an interview on a documentary where he spoke on his life, but he will also discuss his hate for the neighborhood Pyros and the Raymond Avenue Crips.
Nigga did a little, year plus, got out for a minute. Nigga went back though, went back for another possession of a firearm, plus I called another dope case. Out here trying to make my money, I wish I didn't have to live like that right now. Nigga doing what he gotta do. Check this out. The framers, they was 10 dudes, they got the 120 and they got the Pasadena clique. Nigga done got down, did what he had to do, but the 10 deuces, we shut them down. They ain't got no hood. They out in other people's hood, doing other things because we put it down. But I got some more niggas though, like the NH fleas, the neighborhood Parole. Niggas is punks, homie. My nigga Tiptoe, that's my nigga, you know what I'm saying, MIP. So we doing it like that. Unfortunately, we had it with other dogs, but shit happens. Fuck them niggas. We killing them up, just Crenshaw Mafias,
Now, only 2 years later, Baby Hawk will be arrested in April of 2000 for controlled substance. Baby Hawk will be sentenced to 16 months in prison. Now, once released, still an active member of Crenshaw Mafia, he would start to put a lot of focus on raising his son. So eventually, Baby Hawk will move out to the Lancaster area to live. Now in 2007, the FBI would do an anti-gang sweep targeting the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods on federal drugs and gun charges. Now Baby Hawk will be able to avoid this situation because around this time, he stayed pretty much low-key. Now in the following year, in 2008, Baby Hawk, along with one of his homies named Keith Putman, would attend Baby Hawk's 9-year-old son football game at Reseda Park. Now the Reseda Park area is controlled by the original Valley Gangster Crips. Now this Crip gang was the first Crip set ever to be established in the San Fernando Valley area. Now at around 10 a.m., as Baby Hawk and Keith watched the game, they were approached by a 20-year-old Valley Gangster Crip named Andrew Thomas. Now it's believed that Andrew Thomas approached Baby Hawk and Keith because they both were wearing red. Next, they would all start arguing in the midst of the game, which led to parents telling Thomas that he needed to lead the game. So Thomas would walk out the park, and Baby Hawk and Keith would follow right behind. They would exchange words once again, but then a fight would break out. And that's where Thomas would pull out a pistol and open fire, shooting both Hawk and Keith. Although wounded, Keith would stagger backwards and head towards the park, screaming out for help. But Baby Hawk would still be lying on the ground. Now Valley Crip Thomas would flee the scene by this time. Now 911 would eventually arrive, and both men would be transported to a nearby hospital. Keith would survive his injuries, but Kyrie McCrae, aka Baby Hawk, would die from his injuries. Now it would be nearly a year later after authorities would finally catch up to the Valley Crip, Andrew Thomas. In August of 2009, police would locate Thomas at a metro train link in Santa Clarita Valley. While doing a routine compliance check, a police officer would recognize Thomas from an LAPD bulletin. When questioned, Thomas would give a fake name, but once they ran his fingerprints, it would come back to a warrant for his arrest. Andrew Thomas will be arrested and charged with murder and attempted murder. But during his trial, he would eventually take a plea deal for voluntary manslaughter. Now with this plea deal, Thomas would only be sentenced to 17 years in prison.
We out here hanging out late night, you know what I'm saying? Gotta protect our ass, you know what I'm saying? Niggas come through, we gotta do what we gotta do. Niggas gonna get done in, niggas trying to do us. We ain't showing no mercy. This veal status, niggas is out here doing it. Niggas out here ain't showing no mercy. We gonna let you down in the worst way. Just wanna give it up to the Crenshaw Mafia, you know what I'm saying? It's Bottomsville, you know. Come through the alley of death if you want to. It's going down over here, niggas ain't playing. Bottoms, Crenshaw Mafia, it's like that. Fuck neighborhood power rules, CMs.